Every day, over 1 billion people rely on Microsoft Excel, often without a second thought. It's the quiet powerhouse behind everything from business forecasts to school projects, personal budgets, to scientific research. But few know the story of how this unassuming tool became absolutely essential to modern life. It's a tale of missed opportunities, bold gambles, and a rivalry that changed the course of tech history. In a world once ruled by a different spreadsheet giant, Microsoft's attempt at cracking the code was, at first, more of a stumble than a sprint. Yet, through a mix of luck, clever engineering, and a bit of corporate brinksmanship, Excel didn't just catch up, it quietly took over. And the tool has spawned a fiercely loyal and passionate following of super users amongst us mere mortals. The Microsoft Excel World Championship is a global esports style competition where participants from around the world face off in timed head-to-head battles, solving complex and creative Excel challenges, ranging from data analysis to puzzle-like tasks, with the goal of being crowned the world's top Excel expert. Today, whether you're a casual user or a spreadsheet expert, you're part of a legacy that reshaped how we organize and analyze information. This is the untold story of how Excel beat the odds to become the backbone of work and life for billions of people around the world. Back in the early 80s, if you wanted to do serious number crunching on a computer, Lotus 123 was basically the only option. It was everywhere. Businesses, schools, and even government offices trying to look efficient. People treated Lotus like the spreadsheet equivalent of a rock star, untouchable and headline-worthy. The software was fast, reliable, and did exactly what accountants and analysts needed. It even helped make the IBM PC a must-have for offices. Microsoft, barely a blip on the spreadsheet radar. If you told anyone then that a newcomer would topple Lotus, they'd probably have smiled politely and moved on. Before Excel, Microsoft tried to make a splash with Multiplan, and that didn't exactly set the world on fire. Multiplan was meant to be Microsoft's answer to Lotus, but it lacked speed, features, and smooth performance on the IBM PC. Most people barely remember it, and if they do, it's probably as a vague "what was that again" statement. But Microsoft learned from this flaw. Instead of packing it in, they went back to the drawing board, quietly plotting a comeback. Sometimes you need a spectacular stumble to figure out what people actually want. Multiplan was that awkward first step before the graceful dance. Microsoft didn't just want to make another spreadsheet, they wanted to reinvent the whole idea. Enter Project Odyssey. A small, caffeine-fueled team worked in secret, obsessed with creating a slick graphical interface and mouse support. This was pretty revolutionary back then. The project was wrapped in mystery, with the team holed up, debating whether to play it safe or take big risks. They chose bold, aiming to make something that was actually enjoyable to use, not just functional. You'd think Microsoft would launch Excel on Windows first, right? Nope. Excel debuted on the Macintosh in 1985. And why would they do that? Windows wasn't quite ready for prime time, while the Mac already had a solid graphical interface, and importantly, mouse support. Microsoft took a gamble, testing their shiny new spreadsheet on a platform that could actually show off its features. And the gamble paid off. Mac users loved it, and Excel quickly earned a reputation for being modern and user-friendly. By the time Windows caught up, Excel was already polished and battle-tested. A clever move. Sometimes you have to charm the early adopters before the masses catch on. When Excel finally hit Windows, it was like unleashing a secret weapon. Windows was now gaining traction, and Excel's graphical interface fit perfectly. Competitors were still stuck in clunky text-based interfaces, while Excel felt fresh and intuitive. And the mouse wasn't just a gimmick, it made everything faster and simpler. Suddenly, people could point, click, and drag through spreadsheets instead of memorizing endless keyboard shortcuts. This wasn't a minor upgrade, it was a whole new way to work. Excel quickly became the go-to for anyone who wanted to get things done without needing a computer science degree. Finally, computers stopped feeling like a cryptic puzzle. While Microsoft was busy making Excel sleek and mouse-friendly, Lotus stuck to what they knew. They were slow to adopt graphical interfaces, thinking their old-school approach would keep working forever, but it didn't. Users noticed Lotus felt clunky compared to Excel's point-and-click style. The mouse was no longer a novelty, it was essential. Lotus tried to catch up, but by the time they released a proper Windows version, Excel had already stolen the spotlight. It's a classic case of a market leader underestimating how fast technology moves. Lotus just couldn't keep pace. despite their best efforts. Excel wasn't just prettier than the competition, it had tricks up its sleeve. Features like cell formatting, charts, and handling huge data sets made it a favorite among beginners and power users alike. The interface was intuitive, so you didn't need a manual just to add a formula. People loved creating colorful graphs with a few clicks, making presentations less of a headache. Excel also played nicely with other Microsoft products, which mattered as Office started to take shape. It wasn't just about numbers anymore. Excel let you tell a story with your data, which became super powerful. Usually a story involving someone's quarterly performance, but a story nonetheless. Who knew spreadsheets could be so dramatic? If there was one feature that made Excel indispensable, it was Visual Basic for Applications, or VBA. Suddenly, users could automate boring, repetitive tasks, build custom tools, and create complex models without being programmers. This was a game changer. Imagine automating your monthly reports or building a custom calculator with a bit of code. Excel transformed from a simple spreadsheet into a full-blown platform. People started sharing VBA scripts, and a whole community of Excel power users emerged. It's no exaggeration to say VBA made Excel the Swiss Army knife of Office software. If only Swiss Army knives occasionally froze your computer. Lotus didn't go down quietly though. In a last-ditch effort, IBM bought Lotus for $4.5 billion, hoping to revive it. Unfortunately, the rescue mission was more sinking ship than lifeboat. Integration was messy, and Lotus couldn't innovate fast enough to keep up with Excel's relentless pace. Users kept switching, and Lotus 123 faded into the background. It's a classic tale of how even giants can stumble when they miss a shift in technology. Still, $4.5 billion is a tidy consolation prize. Today, it's hard to imagine life without Excel. It's everywhere, from startups to corporations to classrooms to government offices. What started as an underdog project in a back room at Microsoft ended up changing how the world works with numbers. Excel's flexibility, power, and constant evolution have kept it on top for decades. It's become a verb, just excel it. I must have skill on CVs and resumes, and for better or worse, the backbone of office life. And while it may not grab headlines every day, its legacy is cemented in every cell and formula we use. Not bad for software that began as a long shot against an unbeatable giant. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy hearing about stories in tech and you want to support the channel, the best thing that you can do is to like the video and subscribe. See you for the next one.